How's it going, Song of Ice and Fire fans? Grant from Yecats Miniatures here, bringing you another unboxing and analysis with my good friend Brett Lamfer. And today we're going to be talking about the House Greyjoy Drowned Men. Now, I know these guys aren't available everywhere, but they are available in some places, and we've got our hands on a box of them. So we start off with the artwork. Now, there's a lot of continuity when it comes to the House Greyjoy boxes. That really heavy thunderstorm look and the rain. And I really like how the two guys in the background with the banner. It's yeah, really nice. And on the back, we can see that we have 3 separate solo bases of Drowned Men and 2 identical sculpts of the Drowned Prophet. So let's look inside the box. Now, it comes with 3 solo trays. Yep, 1, 2, 3, and all your basic cards. So all the cards you'll need to run these miniatures in your game. Potentially, I'll miss bang this out. Here we go. Yep. So every card you're going to need to run these miniatures in your game. So obviously we've got 3 Drowned Men cards, and we're going to be talking a bit about these guys in the analysis after we've done the unboxing. And I've been running these quite a lot, and I really do rate them. So you know, definitely stay tuned to hear what myself think about them. And obviously we've got the 2 Drowned Prophet cards as well. It's coming at 2 points. And again, we talk about these afterwards and how we might use them in the army. So let's get on to the miniatures. So when we look at the miniatures, I really love what they've done with these. They've really sort of hit the nail on the head when it comes to reflecting what these guys look like and are portrayed to be in the books. Now, in the books, they're obviously they're Aeron Greyjoy's followers, and they're described as having rough-spun robes, sea stain or salt stain, sorry, in the colours of the Drowned God, and they carry these driftwood cudgels, which are shown quite nicely on the miniatures, and that sort of reflects their devotion in battle to the Drowned God. And I think we've got 4 separate sculpts of the Drowned Man, but they're just put on different positions on the solo base. So on the left hand side you've got the guy with a double-handed cudgel, and the right hand side is front and centre of the same miniature. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the same sculpts. But yeah, they're really nice sculpts. They really reflect these characters really well. And here we have the Drowned Prophet himself. Now, he's extremely static, but I don't really know what more you could have done with him. Maybe a bit more movement in the robes, but I mean, I like it. Maybe a bit of paint will sort that out. If you paint them, make sure you tag us on Instagram so we can see what you've been doing with them. So I'm going to leave you with a spinning shot and go and jump on the call with my main man Brett, so we can talk you through how best to use these guys to support your Greyjoy battle line. Good morning, Brett. How are you?
Hey Grant, we're back again. I'm ready to go at it, man.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's been raining today. What's it like over there?
It's dry, but it's a little gloomy.
It's dry. We're talking about Drowned Men, Brett.
Oh no, way to spoil it.
Oh man.
We missed an opportunity for a really good pun there.
No. We've still got it, because I'm going to be the Drowned Man because it's been raining, and you can be the Dry Man because it's dry over there, yeah?
I will be the dry man.
The Dry
Always.
Man. That's got to be the new Martell unit, isn't it? The Dried Men.
Ooh, that's a good point. The desert dried men. Yeah.
Because that's what they need, is a really cheap activation. Because that's what they're missing at the minute, is a nice cheap activation.
Correct. Preferably a solo.
Yeah. Oberyn Martell. Anyway, shut up about Martell. We're talking about Drowned Men. I've just done an unboxing of the Drowned Men, mate, which I really like. I don't know if they're available everywhere yet. I know there was quite a big thing about these being available in some places, not the others. But we're gonna crack on like they're available, and hopefully they are. So on screen, 4 points, Drowned Men. A movement of 5. So these guys are obviously a solo unit as well, just in case people aren't aware of it. Obviously they will be aware of that because they've just watched unboxing. So I will shut up. Right, so they're a movement 5. They've got a attack profile cudgel. It hits on a 5+, 4 dice. They've got a 6+ armor and a decent 4+ morale. Now, that's a pretty standard profile, really, but when you get into their abilities is where they really, really shine. They have an order. Drown God's Blessing. Start of any turn. Target one friendly Greyjoy unit in short range and choose one. So remember that short range also includes itself because they are within short range of themselves. So that unit restores 2 wounds, or that unit may re-roll any attack dice this turn, or enemies that attack this unit this turn, or that unit this turn, become vulnerable. So that has got quite a lot of utility there. There's lots of different stuff you can do with that ability. And then they've got innate ability, Drown God's Fanatics. This unit has 4 wounds. This unit can only suffer a maximum of 1 wound from failing panic tests. So they're very unlikely to fail one. But if they do fail one, they're only going to suffer 1 wound for it. And I've also got a version of Resilience. So this unit only suffers 1 wound for every 2 unblocked hits from any attack or effect. Now, I've been running these quite a bit because I've been really getting into playing Greyjoys. I don't know whether it's because I feel they're the underdog or because I really like Damp Pirates, but I'm really playing them a lot. And I was a little bit standoffish about committing to using Drowned Men for 4 points when we got Archers for the Ironborn Bowmen for 4 points. But when I started running these, I cannot tell you how much mileage I've got out of them. I mean, I've had a unit of them hold up Renly's Rainbow Guard for 2 rounds. They are so good. So that's my experience, but I'll let you get a bit more into it because I've been talking for ages now and I'm getting cotton mouth.
I think, well, I should be the one with cottonmouth. I'm in the dry. Just hang your head out the window and open it up and let the rain in there.
That's true, mate. Invite the Drowned God in.
Embrace him. If you're saying that you're playing him, you've got to go all in.
That's it. Yeah. I only play Greyjoys whilst in the bath.
I do. I think they're a good unit. I think a lot of people, initially kind of scoffed at them. But as you get into playing these guys, they're actually quite good. I would dare say that they can be annoying. Actually, you've got Windermere, who you can't talk about Greyjoys without talking about Wind of God, right? So he's got those tokens that heal 2. So when you consider that they've essentially got the Giant's ability to always have the damage that's done to them, he is effectively healing 4. So you can actually end up making these guys a pretty reliable tank. I mean, with them, if you don't have something like Ranger Hunters, Dothraki Veterans, that can just pump out a ton of dice, or something with precision to go through that ability, or auto wounds, like if you're just trying to bang with them, just with like 7 attack dice, like standard profile, you might be, you might be there for a long time. You might be there all game. It depends on what you throw into them. And that's one of their strengths. But in addition to that, the Greyjoys are known for their ability to heal, their ability to come back, their ability to make things happen, as far as that goes. And I think these guys lend to that as well. Obviously, you're looking at it, and the first thing everyone considers is the restoring 2 wounds. But rerolling any attack dice this turn can be super clutch. I've seen guys like Mikkel running Bowman. If you have a target that you absolutely need to bring down, or to damage it in some kind of a way, the Bowmen get rerolls in the flank. Maybe you're not in the flank. The Drowned Men can come and bail you out there by giving that unit rerolls. To be honest, everything, like the enemies that attack the unit this turn become vulnerable. You could use it in a pinch. It could be a case of, hey, I put out some panic tokens. I need a vulnerable token really badly so I can score on this secret mission. There could be a case where you could do that. That one's going to be rare. I think the most that you're going to see is the restoring 2 wounds and the rerolling of attack dice. But those are both 2 excellent abilities that have a lot of stock in this game. And I reference a lot, to in this version of the game, quote unquote, without going back to how the way things were before. I'll just say that healing is strong in this game, and any effect that gives you rerolls in any war game across the board is always an excellent effect. So rerolls are where it's at.
Yeah, and also I think because the immediate sort of similarity that I will make is these guys and freedmen, but the main difference between these two are that Drowned Men can take objectives, and that is a hard unit to shift off of an objective.
Absolutely. They're a point more expensive. They can hold objectives. But the other thing to keep in mind, and this goes for Freedmen as well, is even units that can't control objectives can still contest. In the instances where your number of wounds for solos count as ranks, these guys count as 4 wounds. So if you're not damaged and you charge into an infantry unit that's holding an objective, particularly one that's worth 2 points, say, for the secret missions, they're going to be, I mean, that's excellent. You don't even have to worry about what damage you do to them because you can just charge in there and you instantly contest the objective. If they've already activated and can't retreat back to gain control of it, then you're golden. I mean, you just saved yourself points.
Yeah. I mean, and look at these guys and how hard it is to push damage through onto them. There's been occasions where I've charged into a unit knowing that at the start of any turn I can just heal 2 wounds back on them. And if you get yourself up to 4 wounds, then, as you say, because your wounds count as your ranks, that means a fully ranked unit of either infantry or cavalry can't control the objective anymore because you've got more ranks than they could ever possibly have.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like them, man. I really do like them. I've seen one of the guys at the club running 2 or 3 of these at the same time, and it's irritating as f***.
They're not going to do a lot of damage, but they're going to do some mental damage because you're going to be very frustrated trying to get through them.
Yeah, massive thumbs up for me, mate. Really like these. But this box also comes with 2 attachments as well to the same attachment, which is the Drowned Prophet. So this is a 2-point attachment, and it comes with resilience. So when an enemy is performing an attack on this unit, so that's order, after attack dice are rolled, this unit only suffers 1 wound for every 2 unblocked hits. I really like resilience. I think it does really well. I've seen it used with obviously stag knights, with obviously with giants. I've got that ability of it as well. But 2 points does seem a bit steep for it. We can default and go back and say, well, actually, in a unit of Stormcrow mercenaries might actually make it quite good. But I thought, Rob, that he's got resilience, so has the Warriors Clan Chieftain, but the Warriors Clan Chieftain also has Iron Resolve. I figured that when they got Iron Resolve, maybe we would have seen something tweaked on this as well.
Yeah, potentially. I think it's another case maybe where they're erring towards the side of caution, because Greyjoys have access to Blind Baron, and excuse me. So if you're running Blind Baron to basically add resilience to a unit, and then you've got 1-point attachment of this guy, you could potentially create an entire army that was resilience of sorts, and it might create like a bad experience for a player trying to get through it. One of the things I found with the game is that while getting just absolutely wrecked by offensive units can be a negative experience, I've also found that there tends to be negative experience for guys that can't kill stuff, like stuff that's just nigh unkillable. It's equally damaging for that play experience because we're playing a war game after all. We're bloodthirsty savages. That's where we're playing. So they like to be able to kill things, and I think that's maybe why they gave a little bit of caution to this.
Maybe they'll go back and re-add something to it. Maybe, I'm not sure, but I mean, it's good, mate. Resilience is a good order, and it's definitely, if you're a new player starting, I'd definitely recommend running it because I think you'll enjoy it, and there's not much more to say about it, really, is there? You know, it looks great on paper, so put it on the board and see what you think.
Well, I think you've got the suddenly resurgent Reapers now that are really pretty scary. You could, and they've got and they've got the ability to self-heal. You've got Windermere. You've got a deck that supports the healing. You could make a case for sticking this guy in a unit of Reapers and just letting those Reapers go ham as much as possible. It's an 8-point package, but they're going to be really tough to bring down. And that's kind of the issue with Reapers, excuse me, is that they're not overly defensive. They're 5+, 6+. So if you can give them the ability to tank a little bit so they can get their hits in to get those wounds back, you could make a case for that.
Yeah, I mean, we see quite a lot of like Blind Baron, obviously bringing his version of resilience onto like Silence Men. So it's a bit tough, really, because you think, like, what I was about to ask you is, do you think that this would work with Silence Men? But the thing is, the combination tends to be Blind Baron and Silence Men with Commander Baylor in them. So it's a bit tougher for us on the competitive side to look at where that's gonna sort of slot in. But from just a casual gaming, I think it's definitely worth chucking him in some places, see what he does. Now, we could be wrong. If he's working for you, definitely leave a comment in the section below. make sure you direct it at Brett so that he can eat his words.
Absolutely. Throw stuff at the wall and see if it sticks, and let us know if you're getting value out of this guy.
Yeah, I like it, man. I really like it. I think it's really good for the Greyjoys. But I say it's not really a new unit. It's been sort of drip fed out to the world. Yeah. So that's mine. Your thoughts on it? Again, leave your comments in the section below. We'll come back to you, reply to all the comments.
I think we've covered it pretty well.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, I'm gonna go then and do some stuff. Will you go and get damp? Because if you're not gonna be a drowned man, you can be a damp bro.
I guess I need to go take a shower and wash off some of the filth from these horrible puns.
You won't get away. You will never get away from the puns. Alright, man. Right. Cool. Let's draw a line there because it's getting silly now. We don't do silly here. All we do is intense wargaming talk.
Professional even. We're at the professional level here.
P-Rose. Nice. Alright, man. Right. You take care, dude. Enjoy the rest of your day. And don't talk to strangers.
You do the same.
Take care, man. Bye.
See ya. Bye.